Hey guys, welcome back. Hey guys, welcome back. Emery Bishop here. If you're here for the first time, welcome. I'm going to talk to you today about a system that I've developed for myself that I think has been really valuable to me and that you can also develop for yourself, okay? Oh, and by the way, this is Billy, if you'd like to know who the co-star here is. So one of the things I'm going to talk to you about is the idea of external facing things that you're chasing, that you're pursuing, that you're working on, that you're trying to accomplish, and there's a whole system that you can build around that. And then the other thing I'm going to talk about is more internally facing things, so things that really build you up, build your health up, build your energy up, build your focus up, and they're both extremely important. But we're going to start with the second one, the internal facing stuff. Okay, so we're calling that the human cheat code again. The human cheat code is this idea of maximizing yourself at two levels. So the first thing you want to do is maximize yourself to a baseline, right? So get yourself, in other words, up to a baseline. So that's like, we're going to go from level 0 to level 1, if you will, or -1 to 0, whatever you want to look at that. But then the other one is to go to super normal or superhuman level, and that's level like 1 to whatever, right? So you really want to have those like baseline areas dialed in. We all know when we have, great energy, when we are feeling focused and alive, when we have our health in order, and we don't have like limiting health issues that are, making it very difficult for us to like accomplish all of the things that we're trying to accomplish. So the first part of this game for you is to figure out what you need to do to get yourself to that baseline if you're not there yet, okay? And whatever age you're at, whatever your pre-existing health conditions are, things like that, you want to like just be honest with that. It's never going to be perfect. Don't expect it to be, but just do the best you possibly can to get your mental, your physical, and your spiritual up to like a baseline energy level, okay? A baseline, just showing up and being able to, kick ass and take names level, right? Once you get there, then we can worry about getting way beyond that. The things that I think are most foundational for that is around basically this idea of rest and recovery, getting adequate sleep, making sure that you have enough energy when you're showing up in the day, you're putting yourself in the right mood from the start of the day. There's the environment that you're in, so really taking an audit of the environment. Where are you losing energy and where are you gaining energy? Making sure you're around a lot more of gaining energy and removing all the things in your life that are taking energy away from you. I know that's not always easy, but do your best, okay? Because you want to get yourself into, like, you are the engine that makes all this other stuff work, right? So really get yourself into that place where you can kind of get everything up to a baseline. It could mean that you're also doing things like prayer, even psychedelics, if you're into different ways to tap into higher states of consciousness and higher forces. So whatever it is that you safely, I'm not condoning anything that's not safe for you, but whatever you feel comfortable with, getting into those things that are going to get you to that like level of a state of consciousness where you feel really connected spiritually, where you feel really connected to your body and your health, and then also getting that mental sharpness. The last other thing I'll just share at this level would be really look closely at your nutrition. It's really important because there's two sides to that nutrition thing. One side is the idea that you want to put stuff in your body that's going to give you, and the type of diet you have that's going to give you, of course, energy and give you all the ingredients that you need for your body to do everything that it needs to do. But the other thing is that you want to limit the things that are actually putting your body in a state of stress, because a lot of times we focus on, I'm going to add protein or a superfood or whatever into my body, but we're also at the same time adding like, heavy ounces of alcohol and like, all these other, maybe bad fats and different things in our body. And our body is spending so much energy trying to detoxify itself, trying to get out of like a state of stress and inflammation, that all that other stuff that you're trying to fuel yourself with, all the superfoods or other things you're doing, are actually not really doing very much, because your body is distracted. It's actually just trying to repair itself. It's trying to get itself up to normal. And again, our goal here is to get to normal. So elimination is as important as adding additives, right? When you get to the next level up, that's where supplementation and adding a bunch of things to your diet to enhance and to fuel, more sharper cognitive ability, to give you even more energy to tackle different things that you're trying to do. That's where that becomes really important, because now your body is like clean. It's ready to take on that stuff. Now your mind is clean. It's ready to take on those nootropics or whatever it is that you're putting in your body to give yourself a sharper state or a more focused state or better mood, mood enhancing supplements, things like that. So again, get yourself up to the baseline, and then you can start to play with all of this like additive stuff. I think sometimes we try to skip that step and we add all this stuff in our body, and our body's just confused. Let's shift gears now. Okay, so we talked about the human cheat code and getting those 2 different levels. I'm going to be creating some additional content here for you to get into the actual details of these protocols. I'm going to share my protocols. I'm always experimenting. I'm always trying to improve. And anything that I'm learning that actually works, I'm going to share. And anything that I've heard about that I think could even take me to a higher level, I'm going to experiment with, and you'll be able to see the documentation of that experiment. The other side is the Explorer's Code. So this is the external stuff, okay? The Explorer's Code is the other game I play, in this game of life. And that one is all about the things I'm trying to accomplish. So it's a combination of, I'm gonna say, alchemy, artistry, and engineering, okay? So there's the science, there's the art, and then there's the magic, if you will, right? And so you've got these sort of things that we have in our world that we can use and leverage to accomplish incredible feats. And we look around and we can model folks in different areas of their life that have accomplished those things, and you can take their protocols and bring them into your own life to create your own recipe for success, your own recipe for extraordinary, okay? So this is the goal, is to basically create these formulas. And so there's different areas in our life that we want to maybe do this for. There might be relationships in our life where we want to show up at the, in an incredible way. There also may be personal accomplishments that we want to achieve. We want to accomplish things around our professional goals. We want to build something new and extraordinary. We want to experience something new and extraordinary. I love to travel, so just going to all these new incredible places. There's all sorts of ways we can do that, and there's the the sort of way that you just go with the flow and you just sort of let things happen as they will. Or there's ways where you can kind of look and say, how can I actually take this to like an even deeper level? How can I take this to a higher level? And these are things you can do in every area of your life. So just to give you an example for me, I'll use one professional example and then we'll sort of leave it there. I am right now changing my career. So I'm an entrepreneur. I've worked on a number of different projects and businesses. Currently, I run an agency and I'm a partner at another agency. And I'm feeling very much that my time in the agency world is coming to at least a partial close. I'm not saying I necessarily will move away from it completely, but it's definitely something that is going to be less of a priority as I move forward. And I'm shifting into more of a creator mode. I really miss creating stuff. I'm definitely an introvert, so things like this is very hard for me to create. I like things like books or materials that are like, don't put me in the center of it, but they're sort of separate to that. But of course, I want to do whatever makes sense for me to be able to provide value to an audience and to the folks that I want to serve. So that being said, I'm shifting gears into that. So I had to come up with like, what are the things that I'm going to use that are going to be able to give me the success at a higher level than I possibly, can imagine now, or that I've ever achieved in that area. And so for me, as a creator, I've already done things where I've sort of built stuff, but I want to do it at a higher level. So I'm basically finding mentors that I'm modeling their success, and I'm basically learning from them how to achieve that success at that level, at a very much higher level than I've done it before. And I'm also being very strategic about what I'm focused on. So I have all these different interests, and some of these interests need to come in later on, and some of these interests I need to focus on right now. So right now I'm focusing on publishing, I'm focusing on podcasting, creating some books that I'm in the process of writing, and then also doing this stuff, doing basically videos and vlogs and so on. So those are the areas I'm focusing on. That's going to be my foundation, and I'm modeling people that have done these at a very, very high level. That's who I'm trying to learn from. And then what I'm going to do from there is I can now intentionally stack other activities, other creative activities on top of that are even more difficult for me to to achieve. And so and those are in areas of creating games. I want to create some video games. There's some other areas around apps and products that I also want to focus on. So those are going to get layered on top, and I'm doing this in sort of an order that makes a lot of sense. I'm going to be sharing frameworks that I'm using to do all this stuff. Again, the Explorer's Code is all about running these experiments and then embracing the unknown and learning from the stuff that you're doing to basically take yourself to another level, or learning from other people around you so that you can take what they've already done and adopt that into your own frameworks. Okay, so hopefully that's helpful. I know that I covered a lot of ground here. I will go deeper on these areas. I would love to hear from you if there's anything that you're working on right now in your life that you can maybe gamify, that you can turn into a protocol, a system for yourself, and share that back with me. Add it to the comments, reach out to me, DM me, let me know what you're doing. I'd love to hear about it. And otherwise, I look forward to sharing the next video related to this, where you can learn more. Thank you.